Today's episode is part of a special mini-series brought to you from the Airport Fire Officers Association annual conference. Now, aviation firefighting is an area, total honestly, we haven't explored as much as I really wanted to, and as much as we definitely should on the podcast. And that's going to change with this series, because this year I was fortunate enough to be invited to attend the conference of Airport Fire Officers Association by their chair, Wayne Weaver, who served on the committee since 2019. It's a genuine privilege to be part of this. Really enjoyed being there and got to spend time with professionals operating at really high levels within the aviation fire and rescue environment, learning so much. So across this series, we're going to be bringing you some recordings live at the conference and some conversations happening backstage, capturing the people, the ideas, and the experiences shaping the sector right now. And this is not just CPD for the hell of it, even though it is all to do with the Institute of Fire Engineers as well. The conference is formally recognised with structured learning. So you can get Institute of Fire Engineers accreditation for this. And it's going to be about learning from real incidents. It's going to be about shared operational insights, some leadership stuff, challenging the thinking through actual lived experiences, actual lived careers. And over the course of these episodes, you're going to hear from some operational leaders, some subject matter experts, and industry professionals, all contributing to a wider conversation around standards, risk, leadership, and the future of aviation fire and rescue. If you have ever considered a career in aviation firefighting, which I definitely have, or you just want to learn more about the future of AFOA conferences, make sure you check out the link in the show notes below, and let's find out what this next episode's about. In today's episode, I'm joined with a conversation with Matt Bourner, a firefighter based at Manchester Airport. We recorded this one at the AFOA conference as well, and it's one that really stayed with me, and I think it's going to stay with you as well. Matt shares a story of a life-changing motorbike collision in August of 2019, where he was left with catastrophic injuries that led to the amputation of part of his leg. What followed was a period that would absolutely test every part of him and his family, physically, mentally, and everything in between. Initially told it could take years and years to walk again, Matt was back in work within months and returned to full operational firefighting duties within 1 year. This was an incredible conversation covering resilience, identity, recovery, and the reality of rebuilding after trauma. From the actions of those first on scene, including a tourniquet application that likely saved his life, through to the role of the emergency services and hospital teams who supported his survival and recovery, what really stood out to me is not just the outcome, but definitely the mindset. The early morning 5 a.m. swims, the relentless consistency that was just a refusal to step away from the standards that Matt had set for himself. This quick one is a story about way more than an injury. I think it's about purpose, support, and the decision to keep moving forward when everything else tells you to stop. It was a real privilege to sit down with Matt at the 2026 AFOA conference and bring this conversation to the podcast. I'll see you on the other side. So who are you? Where are you from, Matt?
So my name is Matt Bourner and I'm a watch manager based at Manchester Airport. I live up in sunny Cheshire and got asked to join AFOA last year by Wayne onto the committee. I've told my story to 3 times now. Once down here, once in Dublin and once to the CAA. So just to try and motivate people to see that life is good with one leg and a smash arm.
No matter the setbacks, there's always something to stay for. So what happened to the leg?
I still am keen motorbike rider. So I was going to work, last chance to ride my bike to work. And then
What motorbike did you have?
had a brand new Yamaha MT-10 SB. So
What was your first bike?
A Honda VFR. 750.
VFR. 750 is your first one?
Yeah, passed my test. I bought that before I did my test.
I had a Yamaha DT125.
Okay, cool.
Did the crosses for a bit.
Yeah.
Then I went Triumph TT600.
Yeah.
R6, R1, Suzuki SV1000. Fell off that twice. And I think I went too fast, too quick, because they're quite fast bikes.
Yep. I had an R1 and a Aprilia 1000, 2 of them, TL1000, loads of touring bikes, toured all of Europe, lived near Alton Park, been around there a few times, been around Donington a couple of times, done the Nürburgring, so done all the scary stuff.
How much of that have you continued to do post-incident?
I was back on a motorbike in 4 months.
Really?
Yeah. Back to work in 4.5. So the doctors told me it'd take 2 years to walk again. So I did that in 11 weeks. And then I climbed Snowdon the hard way, on the pig trail. Have you ever done Snowdon?
Yeah, it's a few times.
So I did pick the pig trail with the gym that I go to and sent them a photograph from the top. Then I had to do it the following year just to prove
Yeah, because you do the pig trail and then you can do.
Shoulder.
So there's the long path and then it's a steep
Barrett's
climb.
Pass,
Yeah, or you can do it. I came down that way because I had to run that. We did it. The last time I did it was the Three Peaks 24-hour one.
Oh, nice.
And we finished there. That tends to be where people finish because you can run that last bit to the car park.
Yeah.
11 weeks.
11 weeks walking.
Willingwood Watches are back supporting the podcast, and honestly, it means a lot to me because this brand is built on real service heritage. Whether it's the melting down of the original 1920s British brass firefight helmets, and they also use upcycled fire hose on all of their straps. It's not just design, it's about the job, and it's built into every single component. I've been wearing them for 10 years now. Found them back in 2015, actually, and they've genuinely been a part of my daily kit ever since. I've got two. I've got the Valiant, and I've got the Chivalrous as well in Midnight Blue. But the thing about the brand, about Willingwood Watches, it stands so different because of its story. Take, for example, their Dunkirk watch. That's not just a timepiece. It's actually built to honour the Massey Shore fireboat. I'll be honest though, the one I've got my eye on this year is the Fearless. It's more of like a field watch on the station, on the watch. It's a smaller 39mm case, compact, rugged, just feels right for the job. So you can actually get 10% off a Willingwood watch by using code FFPodcast. If you want to be part of the history and you want to wear it on your wrist, jump in the notes, check out Willingwood Watches. Let's get back to the show. So, how do you get your head around when people prescribe you standard expectations? And I always try and think this with all the rehabs that I've done. You know, when you get advice from your well-intentioned GPs and surgeons and all that sort of stuff.
Yep. So the best one was the physio at my first limb fitting centre. I broke all her records. So every time she kept setting challenges for me. So she'd been looking after amputees for over 30 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm the first one that's made her put her head back in the books to try and find out what challenges she could set for me to, and that's how it all started really. So these people I met at the start of my journey sort of set the goals.
So what happened on the day?
Going to work, was tucked in as you do on a motorbike, pulled out on the road to be in the lorry's mirror, and then a car coming the other way just clipped the side of my bike, and that was it. So the last thing I can remember is being thrown over the bike and watching trying not to go underneath the lorry's wheels. And that was it. Come to a stop and saw my bike cartwheeling up and sparks coming off it and that. And the driver obviously carried on. And then...
I've never been hit by a car.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, it's not on my list. People do the whole life flashes between my eyes and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, does it?
No. What I saw was...
What do you actually remember about the incident?
Tarmac, sky. That's it. And then stopping. And then I think I must have been knocked out because I didn't realise the lorry driver put a tourniquet on my leg. If he hadn't done that, I wouldn't be here today.
The lorry driver put
the lorry driver did, yeah.
Wow.
So, followed closely by the paramedic service that turned up then. So 2 ambulances, a fast response vehicle. So another tourniquet on. Have you ever had a tourniquet fitted?
No. Only in training, but never,
well, if it doesn't hurt, it's not fitted right.
Yeah, and that was the thing.
It hurts. It's the worst pain I've ever had.
But surely by comparison to the damage, you didn't feel your leg?
Yeah. So lost my leg and I also smashed my...
Well, you ripped straight off at the knee or?
No, it all degloved and the toes are missing. So it's like Terminator foot. You see all the bone and the cartilage and snot and that coming off it. It was very nice. So
what did you think when you first looked at it?
Guess what the first thing I did?
Is my bike all right?
Got a phone call to work, said won't be in. So that was the first call made from my mobile.
Isn't it strange how you just revert back to those days? I don't think I'm going to be in.
I got a nice lady that stopped her car to phone work and say that I'm not going to be in because I've had a bit of a bump on my bike. Yeah. Only because I was frightened to phone the missus. So she got the second phone call.
Did she ask the question do you think it's going to be more than 7 days?
Yeah, she said, I hope you're going to be all right. She said, well, I think I'm going to have an operation. And she knew then. So, yeah, it's quite an opener, really.
So was the lorry driver carrying a tourniquet, I'm assuming?
I think he put a ratchet strap around it.
Wow.
And just tightened it up. I'm assuming. So I reached out to everyone that's helped me. I found the gentleman, but he didn't want to speak to me, which is understandable, isn't it? So I just sent him a nice big 3-page letter saying thank you and all that. So
you forget how...
Here's one for you. So left arm smashed up.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Mr. Neil, the on-call orthopaedic surgeon at Stoke Hospital, they'd have taken that for the elbow.
Why? What happened to
that was all smashed to bits. It's all big scar.
Oh, Christ,
so I wear this because I got a bit of bone damage. So the bones are shorter this side and that side.
Wow.
Do you know what? And that's because I was wearing a G-Shock watch. So it obviously dug in. And
That's probably going to be a bit harsh to blame them, but yeah.
So
you had the watch on this
I'm lucky.
damage there.
So I'm lucky, yeah. If it wasn't for Mr. Neil, then that would have gone as well.
So you tried to reach out to the driver.
Yeah.
Do you ever ask yourself how many drivers would have done that? Not because they didn't care, but like that is, when we talk about zero responders, most people, you'd like to think they would do CPR if they knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Fit in a tourniquet is a bold move, isn't it?
It is, yeah, especially on what wasn't a very nice picture. So yeah, I take my hat off to him and thank you from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, I've he never wanted to speak to me, so everyone else has.
Well, it's got to be remarkably traumatic for him as well.
Absolutely,
You've got to think that. It's almost like a selfish trauma because you're like, well, I shouldn't feel traumatized because it didn't happen to me. It's you.
Yeah.
But he's had to
sit and watch that.
Yeah. And also, do you find, like, from our job, people talk to us about trauma and stuff like that, like, but we're there to do a job.
Yeah.
So when we come across an RTC, you're not just looking at it paralyzed by what you can see. You're going, well, I'm here to do a job.
Yeah.
I'll do the thing. I'll stabilize. I'll this, I'll that. We're doing the cuts, you know, and you almost have a purpose to it.
Yeah.
So it's not like abstract trauma, whereas for him, that was abstract.
All I can assume is he's ex-forces.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think about that, really. But he did a brilliant job. Thank you.
So the incident happened. Tourniquet went on. Paramedics turned up.
Yep.
On call. Doctor.
So we're friends now. The paramedic's called Amy.
Okay.
So she was the one that was doing all the talking, put the tourniquet on, and she said it's because my arm was like a swan's neck. They need to splint it. She said, we're going to move your arm. It's going to hurt. Use every swear word you've got because you've heard it all before. And I said, I won't swear in front of a lady. So we had to come out with a word, and the word we used was squirrel. So I went in the back of an ambulance shouting squirrel.
Love it.
Nice and brave. So yeah, we're friends now. So I'm actually helping one of her colleagues who was involved in an RTC before Christmas, and he unfortunately lost his left leg. So trying to feed back a bit. So I volunteered at my local hospital, the A&E department, to give back a bit. I did some volunteer work for a charity called the Limbless Association. So if anyone was in the same situation as me, they could reach out, talk to someone who's been through the process. So I've done that, and I was an ambassador for them. So trying to give back a bit just to prove to people that.
I think that's incredible, but I don't want to take away from how rare that bit is, because I imagine at some point through this journey you had to confront the reality that you no longer had the lower half of your right leg. And what did that mean for life? You said before we started recording the changes to house, the changes to life, the changes to
what me and
there's like life before crash, and then there's like after crash, surely.
And it's never going to go back to before, is it?
No.
So it's not going to grow, even though it's trying, it's not going to grow back. So what me and Melissa, my partner, decided was to draw a line, and then any problems, would throw over that line. Just to, like, the house move, selling the cars. So every car I have has got to have a left foot accelerator. That's £1,000. I got to fork out for that. My motorbike's got to have a thumb brake fitted, because obviously I can't use my right foot for braking.
Yeah.
So it's a massive learning curve, because nobody gives you a book of, now you're an amputee. So you got to learn yourself.
It is beyond a privilege to be able to bring the Firefights podcast to you, and we are so grateful for every single person that supports, listens, shares, and follows our journey. And to help us keep doing it, create more, reach more guests internationally, and make the podcast sustainable, we're asking for you to help. And to do this, we've set up a Patreon page. By joining our Patreon community, you will get access to every single full episode archive we have ever made. Now, hundreds and hundreds of key documents that we've got in there on fire behavior, firefighter health, cancer risks, incident debriefs, and so much more. So if you feel like you want to join the Patreon crew and help us make this possible, head to patreon.com/TFFPC or check the link in any episode podcast notes. If you want life to continue in some way or another, because what I don't want to take out of this conversation is the fact that someone of a different mental disposition may have taken a different, I'm not saying they would have chosen a fatal consequence, although some may have. Some do. And they just want to acknowledge that, because we're talking about this assumption that, well, of course you would do this. You're a resilient person.
Yeah.
Some people, something has been stolen from me.
Yeah.
Someone else has taken this from my life.
Yeah.
And now my family has to deal with it. Yeah. My wife has to deal with it. Yeah. It's not my fault.
Yeah. So I haven't asked for this. I I like going to the gym. I keep myself fit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat rubbish food. So most amputations, 98%, is due to vascular disease, diabetes. Smoking's a big one. 2% is trauma. So I'm in the 2% gang now. But I think, again, going back to people that you meet. So Dr. Singh, who's the doctor at the Limb Centre, when he came to see me, he did say there's two paths you can go. You can go down the dark route, which you don't want to go down, or you can just go down the other route, which go forward all the time and try and improve and that. So that's the way I decided.
But how did you decide
I still get
that?
bad days.
Why didn't you get stuck in the why me? Most people must have been stuck in the why me for months.
No. Just move.
Where did that come from, though? Is that your parents? Is that your family? Is that your friends? Is that the job? Is it?
So I felt like when I was lying in hospital with a leg missing and an arm in plaster, everyone was coming to me for like, what are we going to do now? Like my mum had me in a bungalow, driving a mobility scooter and out of work. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that. So I text our chief fire officer at the time, Simon Woodworth, to say, I'm not finished yet, I'm coming back. And the first thing I Googled was, can I work as a firefighter? And then I found out about Simon Weston. Mm-hmm. So he actually came to see me.
No way.
Yeah. So he was the UK's first amputee firefighter. I
spoke to him, yeah.
So have you met him?
Yeah.
He's a top lad. And he came with a bag of legs, all these different legs to show
He's
me.
big into his fitness as well, isn't he?
Yeah. He was a motorbike accident as well in North Wales. So
there's another one in Lincolnshire, you know.
Is there? I found another one in Devon.
Sorry, he's not an amputee, but he was a Isleman TT?
Yeah.
Isleman TT. He was one of the champions there. He was an on-call firefighter in Lincolnshire.
Okay.
And I think it was 2008, there was a fatal crash. Right. And the guy he hit died.
Okay.
He lost the ability to walk.
Right.
And had to learn to read and everything again. But these things that happen to people, I'm like, we said before we started recording, like everyone talks about resilience. Yep. You know, David Goggins this and resilience that. And I'm like, I feel like in general society, we use these things as a punchline. Mm-hmm. Because the worst things that have happened to you is the worst things that have happened to you. You know, my daughter, if she breaks her phone, the sky is falling.
Yeah.
And that's fine. She's a child.
Yeah.
That's the worst things that have happened to her.
Yeah.
The spectrum between that and losing your leg is a big cognitive leap. And I'm not sure everyone would be able to do it. And I'm not trying to place you on a pedestal. I'm just saying.
I suppose if you break a phone or lose it, you can get another one, can't you? I can't.
Yes.
So it's that rationale in it of.
But even a divorce, a divorce or a separation, I can't go back from that.
Yeah.
I just.
So I have pushed.
We so pride ourselves in our physicality. You know, you're a firefighter. It's like you do a physical job.
Yeah.
Is there any part of that that's helped you with? I really don't know because I've just never been through it.
I've always been like going to the gym and that from when I started back in the day. So it's always like drilled into you to look after yourself just for the job really. So I've had that behind me, and I think that's what saved me really at the crash because I was a little bit chunkier then. I used to like my big weights and all that sort of stuff. I don't do them anymore. But I don't know. I suppose it's me, isn't it? I don't know if you'd act the same if it happened to you or.
I don't know. Well, I think we'd all like to think we would.
I do meet quite a lot of amputees, and a lot of them are quite chipper and just get on with it. You know, some ex-forces guys like bilateral amputees have got both legs missing. Mm-hmm. From what I've seen, they've been all right. But there are the other ones that are.
I think they're the ones we just don't hear about, do we?
Yeah.
They spiral into self-medication or.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of drinking.
Depression.
So I got told to avoid that at the start by the doctors. So that's what I decided to do. Just keep myself positive. Anything negative, just put it to one side. So like I didn't get any payout or I didn't get any money. It's just, that was it.
Is there any like mental frameworks or advice when you're talking to other people that have gone through similar setbacks?
So if I'm talking to an amputee, then I think it's just trying to reassure them that the pathway's there, even though it might be quite slow, but it is there. So like I'm on leg 36 now.
36 variations?
36. I've broken 5 feet and I've had to have the sockets made. So I've had 36 sockets. Because it's obviously changes shape if you lose weight, if you gain weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone thinks you just pick them off a shelf, but they're all handmade, hand cast, and it takes a few weeks. So I'm quite an impatient person. I want it now.
Yeah.
When you got to wait 8 weeks, when you got to wait 8 weeks for a leg, it's not nice. Especially if it's like rubbing or it doesn't fit properly.
Yeah.
But there's ways around it. So my prosthesis now is absolutely brilliant too. He's ex-military and he's an amputee. So I can't blag him. If I go and tell him something, he knows So he's the 5th one I've had. I've broken 5. I'm on my 3rd limb centre, 5th prosthesis, and 36th leg.
Mate,
But you've got to keep pushing, ain't you?
that's mad.
I like pushing.
Yeah, no, brother.
So I put myself forward
so much respect for that.
I put myself forward as well for if anything new comes out, I'll trial it for him.
Yeah.
So I'll give that a go. But there's so much stuff out there. So I always go to the limb set with questions, even if it's the same questions I asked last time. So I want to keep on top of everything. And I want the best foot I can have and the best socket I can have. But at the moment, where I go now, they're delivering. So I'm quite happy.
So speaking about where we are today, how do you take that resilience, learning mindset, always asking questions? We're early for this couple. It's my first time coming. If you were to give advice, thank you, my friend. Advice to someone like me coming to something like, why do you think things like AFOA exist? You're obviously a big supporter of it. What do people get from coming to places like this?
The first time I come to AFOA as a new watchman is just to try and find out how other airports do the stuff, and like Matt Lee and Wayne and everyone like that. So I love learning stuff and new ways of doing things. And then after the accident, I got asked if I was going to do my talk just after the old dreaded COVID stuff in 2020. So I did that to a small number of people, and then it's just blown out of proportion. Then so from that, sat in there was the CAA, Neil Gray. He asked me to do a conference, the CA conference down in Gatwick, where we are now. So I did that in front of 300 people.
Wow.
So you're telling your story to 300 strangers.
Yeah.
It's quite, it's my story, isn't it? So there's some horrible pictures up there as well. So, and then Wayne asked me to do the one in Dublin last year. So I did that to 400 across the whole of the world. So, yeah. And
it's mad because...
And from the first one I did, there was 3 people that helped. So I was happy then. If I come down here today and one person gets any help from it, if it's them or their partner or a friend, then it's worth the effort, isn't it? Because
like you said, they may never go through your exact situation, but many people will be staring down the barrel of some challenge in their life.
Yeah.
And thinking, this just looks like a cave. This doesn't look like a tunnel with a light at the end of it. This is something I'm not sure.
So there's been a few incidents in work as well where people are going through their own journeys. So I've tried to help them as well, just to sort of motivate them a little bit. Don't go down that dark path, whatever you do. You know, you can take that to anything, can't you?
1,000%.
So, but the way that we do the job now, it's like the here, the there, and beyond, isn't it? So I always look at what I've got now. What do I want, and then where am I going to be in 2 or 3 years? So, because I'm wearing the left side of my body out quicker than normal now. Because obviously this takes a hammering.
Yeah.
But you just got to keep going, ain't you?
I think so.
Like to challenge. You know, I always have challenge of if I come to a lift and a set of stairs. I'll always take the stairs. Yeah. Just because it's a challenge. My missus hates it, but I'll always take the stairs. Or if we go walking, like we did Snowdon. Yeah. I could have done the Lambert's Pass easy, couldn't I? But why?
Why?
Let's do the pig trail. And the worst bit of it was people slapping on the shoulders, going, well done, well done. But it's like so my foot is like a carbon spring. So if I load it, that load's got to go somewhere. And if someone pats you on the shoulder halfway up a mountain and you go that way, you're going that way. You're not going to stop that. So yeah, mate, it's all about learning, isn't it?
I think that's powerful, brother. What's some of the stuff you're looking forward to over these next few days? There's a couple of speakers out there. I know you've been before.
Yeah, there's always good speakers. I'm looking forward to that. Effective Command, I'm looking forward to because that's all part of it, isn't it? It's just meeting people like yourselves. I met you today now. Nice to catch up with all the rest of the committee as well. So see what it brings.
Beautiful. So I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for that.
No worries at all.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Hope you took a lot away from that episode. We started the Firefighters podcast to develop, inspire, connect, motivate, represent, and most importantly, celebrate the world of incredible emergency services operators and the wider sector through this series of wide-ranging conversations. We really love creating this podcast and bringing it to so many people. Did you know you can also find these on YouTube? We do a lot of video podcasts now. You can head over to our YouTube page and follow, subscribe there. And as a final ask from us, whatever platform you're on, please rate the podcast. It really helps us as a key performance indicator to reach more and more people. I've been your host, Pete Wakefield. This has been the Firefighters Podcast. And wherever you are in the world, Please stay safe, be happy, and where possible, please remember and support your firefighters and first responders. I'll see you next time.